All right, so today we're going to talk about subject to sale, whether you should accept an offer subject to sale or if you should write one subject to sale. Now, for my buyers, I always encourage them not to. I don't believe that they're helpful. A couple of reasons. One, when you write an offer subject to sale, a lot of people don't realize that all it does is buy you a 48-hour time window where if they were to receive another offer, they have the right to give you a notice that says, hey, remove all subjects in the next 48 hours or this deal dies. Usually, if you write an offer subject to sale, you can't buy unless your home sells. So it really didn't buy you anything you could do with. Now, if you are of the few that have, whether it's a family member or an opportunity to have some kind of worst case plan B where you could remove subjects without selling your home, then fair enough. But for most people, when they write this, they don't have that ability and they do need their home to sell. So if you're in that camp, it doesn't do you any good. Ultimately, there's some major effects that I think a lot of people don't realize. One, when you write an offer subject to sale, it's not a great offer. So the likelihood of getting a good deal is way lower. If you were to take anybody and say, hey, if you get two offers, all else being equal, one is subject to sale, the other one is ready to go, what one are you choosing? Everybody's going to choose non-subject to sale. So the question becomes, how much more would the subject to sale, that group that you need to essentially go on a journey with, how much more would they need to pay to make you choose them versus a clean offer? And that's kind of the delta that you need to consider. So it's considerably worse, in my opinion, tens of thousands different in the negotiations. So you've now paid more for the home to get yourself a 48-hour window that you can't do anything with anyways. You actually probably get more or less for your home that you're selling as well, because as you know, there's this 48-hour window and you're always wondering and waiting, are they gonna get another offer? Which makes you have this fear that somebody will come along and you'll get this notice, which then makes you much more susceptible to maybe taking an offer you otherwise wouldn't on your sale. So here you are paying too much for what you wrote an offer on for no real benefit other than 48-hour window. And second, you're now more likely to get a worse deal done on what you're selling. So here you are both paying too much and taking a little less, all for what? So I always tell my clients, I don't believe in them. I don't think they make any sense for anybody that doesn't have, like I said, that kind of worst case plan B and could buy without selling. So I don't see why people do it, but they happen often. Now, on the other side of that coin, if you're for sale and somebody writes a subject to sale, I like it. It's much better than if I've got a listing, nobody's taken a run at it yet, and if days on market are starting to tally, buyers, when they see that, they look at it and go, well, what's wrong with it? Why hasn't somebody written an offer? And we are kind of like a herd mentality. If other people want things and it seems desirable because everybody wants it, well, then it makes you go, well, I guess there's something there. Maybe I do want it. Whereas if nobody wants it and it's sitting, you go, well, why? Why do I like it, but nobody else does? What am I missing? So I believe that if you're a seller, a subject to sale provides proof of concept. It actually makes your home more desirable. You have the right to accept another offer. And usually, like I said, people can't do anything with that 48 hours. A lot of the time, if you issue that notice, they just kill the deal. They don't run the clock for 48 hours. So it isn't even a delay of 2 days. It's usually just, well, shoot, we tried, and they release you, and you now have the right to move forward with the second group without an impediment. So I believe that it's actually an advantage to communicate to the marketplace that somebody wants us. We are desirable. Like most, they just need a house to sell. So it creates this proof of concept and makes another buyer actually more willing to write an offer on your home. So I'm a huge believer, if you're a seller, don't say no. I have this all the time where I hear people say, I wouldn't look at a subject to sale. And I think that's misguided. I think they potentially don't understand the mechanics and the benefits of it. So I would strongly encourage you or anybody you know that if they have a home for sale and somebody writes an offer subject to sale, hey, if you don't have another offer, why not have somebody rowing in your direction and simultaneously making your product more desirable to other future prospective buyers that are coming along? So that's why I'm a big believer in subject to sales if you're selling, but not if you're buying. So I hope that was helpful, and any questions you got, or if you want to kind of game out the situation and see what I would do, I'd be happy to hop on a call and help answer any questions that you've got. Again, as always, best of luck out there.